Hi, I'm Dave Chalmers, your real estate guy, 60 miles east of Toronto in Cobourg. Walking around the East High School parking lot today, reflecting on all the things I have to do to keep my life on track and my business on track. And today was a good day. Today we helped a family make some good decisions and some good choices. I had a house on the market for a long time. A beautiful 120-year-old home, center part of town, in excellent condition, a real cream puff, and the sellers had done everything I'd asked them to do to get it ready to sell. It should have sold quickly, but for some reason it just hung on the market. Sometimes that happens. When it does, it's frustrating, but we just couldn't find a buyer for that house. And then another agent came along with a family that wanted to buy it. But because it'd been on the market for a while, and because this was a young family with kids, money was important to them, so they made a really low offer. And that made it difficult because the sellers were a little offended. But the other agent and I worked hard, helping people stay focused on what was important to them, helping them keep their eyes on the goals that they had. And after about 5 signbacks, we finally came to an agreement. It was a lot of work, but we got it done. The agreement was conditional on inspection, insurance, and financing. During the inspection period, however, it was discovered there was some vermiculite insulation in the attic. And for those of you who don't know, vermiculite insulation is a natural light stone that occurs in the earth. They mine it, but there's one mine in the States that has asbestos mixed up in it. So if your vermiculite came from that particular mine, you've got a problem, because banks and insurance companies don't like houses that have asbestos in them. So the only way to be sure is to have it tested, and that can take 48 to 72 hours. If it has vermiculite, then that's a real problem, because a buyer doesn't want to move into a house that has a health hazard, let's face it. A seller has to pay to take it out, and depending on who you talk to, that can cost thousands and thousands of dollars, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, and sellers only have so much they can give away in a sale, or it doesn't make sense to sell any longer. So during that 48-hour period, we all went through every possible scenario you could think of, and it was really nerve-wracking. But I've got to tell you, the good news is everyone stayed at the table to let it run its natural course. And the really good news is the reports came back this afternoon, and there is no asbestos. So, because 2 families who really wanted to get this done, and 2 agents who had the language skills and the experience to be able to hold people at the table long enough to let it run its course, we're going to have one family who's lived happily in a house for 30 years pass it off to another family who hopefully will live just as long and just as happily in that same house. If it hadn't been for real estate people, though, I'm convinced this particular deal would not have gotten past the first signback. The initial offer was too low. It would not have gone anywhere at all. As trained negotiators, real estate folks act as a third party to help people stay on track. If that's the kind of help you'd like to get, I'm here for you. 905-376-6355. I'll look forward to hearing from you.